All right, so hello and welcome to another episode of Broussard Homestead, where we match by accident.
Almost every weekend.
So, I'll give everybody a few minutes or a few seconds to get clicked through all the ads. We're going to say hello to Mind and Body Co., Farmer and Adele Acres, Built on the Rock Homestead, Michigan Daffodil, Mary Beth Smith, and Lisa Hoffer so far. Oh, there's Suburban Hillbilly.
Yours is always a little faster than mine.
Come on in. Firefly Farm, hello. We've got 13 thumbs up already.
I'm fighting with a headache
us
today, guys, so bear with me.
Our garden. Hi,
I
Glenn.
think some of it's the heat. Ugh.
Oh.
The heat and the dust and.
We still have not. Sorry, Glenn. Still haven't watched your video
I started it, but I haven't finished it.
about the fruit trees. Still haven't. I mean, our summer just snuck up on us.
Yeah.
And now is not the time for us to be planting fruit trees. So I don't know. Maybe I've said this already to you, but we're probably going to be doing that in the fall.
Yeah. More than
Because
likely.
we put something in the ground now, it's just going to turn to dust and evaporate.
I feel like I'm turning to dust and evaporating. Uh-oh.
Our home, our life. Hi.
Built on the rocks and my window AC died today. Really enjoying the heat.
No.
Not. Oh, man. That's something we're going to need to prep pretty soon is we have a window unit in the shed. We need to clean, like take it out, clean it real good, let it dry.
Let it run for a little while.
I think I'm going to put it in the house.
Oh, yeah. Now that we have room. Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, summer wasn't playing around.
No, it's normally not this hot. You know, there's a heat wave across the entire country, though.
Just a minute ago, we were headed outside, and Amy stepped outside before I did, and she went, ah. I said, what, the summer got in your mouth? It's bad. It'll choke you.
100 degrees here today with a heat index of 110. Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
I don't know what our heat index was today. It's
100.
hot. That's
God, it sucks. Looks like it's 88 outside right now.
Well, mine's showing 89. High today was 95.
Moisture percentage, humidity percentage of 65%.
That's not right.
I'm sure it's higher.
There's no way that's right.
Honey badgers, welcome.
Let's see. Right now it feels like 98. Actually, the humidity says 59.
So sorry guys, I didn't mean to just come like right out of the gate with a gripe fest, but here we are.
The humidity, I think the humidity is lower because of the Sahara dust.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That chokes me.
Yeah.
You could see
so it's either the water in the air or the dust in the air.
Like this time of the evening, if you're driving toward the west, like you can see the haze. I can feel it.
You can see it like we had a full moon.
Last night?
Was it last night?
I think so. It may not have been technically a full moon last night, but it's
pretty bright. But you could see the haze in the moon. The
hey,
moonlight. Yeah, 98 in the mountains.
Good to see you, Art.
100 plus temperatures headed our way. Yeah. Oh yeah. I think our heat index for tomorrow is 106. That's in the Lafayette area that I saw.
Strawberry moon. That's the name of the June full moon.
Yeah.
I'm assuming.
Yep, I did see that. Actually, a chilly day only got up to 95. Yes.
Oh,
we need rain terribly need rain.
Our garden is just,
well,
it's beyond struggling.
I'm going to go ahead and pull out the tomatoes. They're done.
I think that might be a good place for us to put sweet potatoes.
Oh, we talked about moving the peppers there, but yeah.
Oh, that's right. Because those, if you guys have been keeping up with the sweet potato that I put in water, Am I able to grab it from here?
Yeah, I'll have to fix it when we're done.
Okay. So
We'll grab the other one too, because that's the cuttings.
I know I'm getting there. So this is the sweet potato. I just standard run-of-the-mill sweet potato. Put it in a cup of water, and
this is the rest of it.
Yeah, it's been making these vines. So Amy took some of the vines off. She broke some of the vines off, and we're rooting them in water. And these are called sweet potato slips. And this is what you plant to get sweet potatoes. Yeah. If you put this in the ground, if you put the sweet potato itself in the ground, you're only going to get vines. It's not going to make potatoes.
I need to trim this though, because I got a little dead spot. I don't want to break it though. I want to trim it and trim it right. These are all intertwined. That's okay.
Let's see. Anybody sneaking in on me? Arkansas living. So sweet taters ain't even taters. Well, yeah, you're right, but they're good.
I think I might be able to move some of the peppers into where the tomatoes were.
Hey, Linda.
And still have room for the sweet potatoes.
Okay.
Because June is the time to plant them. I looked at it today. Yep.
Perfect.
Yep.
That'll do then.
Tried rooting the sweet potato vines. They are dying. My garden is total bust. Oh.
Ours are like theirs.
All we did with the sweet potato is put it in a cup, like it's in a cup, and I add some water every few days.
We're struggling with powdery mildew on the gourd type vegetables.
Just the cucumbers.
Just the cucumbers.
Mm-hmm.
And the leaf-footed bugs, which is the big black stink bugs. They've moved in.
Yeah.
Hello, Charles and Jake from Nunya, Texas. Welcome.
The leaf-footed bugs have moved in and taken over.
There's Reagan, Southern Boy Prepper.
Coffee's ready, Reagan.
Can get you some.
He always tells me he's going to come get coffee, and he never does.
Right.
And when he does come visit, he doesn't drink coffee.
In water, but not growing roots. That's weird.
Give it time. It'll take a while.
On my way. There you
go. He could probably get here before the live stream is over. If he's at home. I doubt he's at home. He's never at home.
Man, look, I was looking over some stuff today and listening. I was out door dashing today, making some deliveries, making a little side gig. I've been doing that. It's kind of fun. Did pretty good. Made $70 in 2.5 hours today.
The leaves are turning yellow.
And I know what you're saying. I know what you're thinking. Yeah, but the gas prices are so high. I'll still turn a profit though.
Built in the Rock, are you using tap water? Try rainwater. I know when I use the filtered water from the Alexa or rainwater, it's not as hard on the plants.
So a couple of things that I found and shared on Facebook today, in case you're not on Facebook or just didn't see those yet. Here's a report. It says thousands of cattle reported dead. Heat stress kills estimated 10,000 head of Kansas feedlot cattle, which one friend of mine commented saying that's not all that out of the ordinary to happen on feedlots because the cattle are just so packed in, they just cannot cool off. Still, I find that significant. And this other one was a post shared by Kid Rock that says domestic oil is the new ivermectin. You can't have it because it would resolve the crisis they need you to go through. And also, one last thing. I came across some TikToks this morning from some truckers out east. I want to say they're on the east coast, mentioning that one guy was in between, like he showed there was a Love's here and a Pilot here. That there was no diesel. One guy was having trouble finding oil and the DEF, which stands for diesel exhaust fluid. I want to say it's 2010. Every diesel engine made after 2010 has to have the diesel exhaust fluid as well in order to run. We're in dire times.
Yeah.
Mama Bear, I see you there. The availability of diesel and the things that are required for trucks to move is extremely significant, because without trucks we can't move products throughout the United States or even throughout the world. And so we may be going back to eating what you can find locally. So get to know your folks around you. Brian, hello. Attempting to bike to work. Like, are you biking now while chatting? Because I'm proud of you. That's a talent.
Built to the Rock said I have a pedestal fan aimed at me. There's a dog in front of the fan hogging the breeze.
No. Willard Water? Not familiar.
They worried about renaming. Yeah. They're worried about all kinds of crazy crap instead of the gas price being $18,000 a gallon.
Yeah, they're trying to distract so bad with the monkeypox and the January 6th thing. I don't know that anybody is watching and paying attention to the whole January 6th committee sham. But what people care about right now is making sure that they can feed their families and buy the gas that it takes to get back and forth to work. And they're totally not putting any money on that. I mean, any time. They're not investing anything into that. What have you guys heard in the news that I may not have? What's got your antenna alert? Hey, Wendy, good to see you.
I think my biggest concern and focus is growing enough food.
Yeah,
growing it, putting it up, stocking it. Whether we grow it, purchase it, or whatever, we need to be stocking as much as possible.
For sure. And
my mindset is switching to hurricane mode right now. So I've been kind of eyeballing what's in the freezer and what I can take out and start canning. And
because with a large storm, hurricane, see, we live in the area that was just decimated by the 2020 hurricane season, and with significant storms comes power outages. So in an attempt to save the meat from the freezer, when we saw that Hurricane Laura was coming directly at us, Amy spent 3 solid days canning meat from the freezer. And I think we can call that a success. A deaf plant reported that they would only be producing 50% of normal. Yikes.
$47 for 9 gallons of gas today.
I wonder, Arthur, is that because they can't get the materials that they need to make it? I wonder. Like, what's the reason for that? Water. Wait, Nunya, what do you mean water out? Like, there's no city water? Is that what you mean?
Yeah, there's a place in Texas. I didn't know where it was. There's a some kind of plant or something was out, and the whole community was out of water.
Wow. Oh, no extra details. Okay.
Wow.
$47 for 9 gallons of gas. Isn't it? That's ridiculous. A year ago, it was impossible to put $40 in my tank. Yeah. No city water. Okay, I wanted to make sure that's what you meant.
God. Yeah, see, that's another thing we need to really stock up on is water.
Yeah, we have. I'm not saying that our plans are rock solid by any means, but we stock an extra good bit of coffee filters as like a pre-filter for water before it goes into our Alexa Pure Aqua, which is
Alexa Pure.
Alexa Pure, or we've got some. I've got like a Life Straw and some of those little Sawyer filters. So the idea, at least, is that taking some of the junk out of the waters with the coffee filter will help to extend the life of the actual water filters.
Yeah. Unless the bayous dry
Yeah,
up and you
right.
run out of
Well, we have
which,
that big pond in the backyard.
I know, but
too,
it's still a possibility.
it's low.
It is low. Well doesn't work without electricity, so when power is out, no water. I would look into getting a solar panel to work that thing. At least then you would have water during the day. Remember, filtered water is not pure boiled.
Right.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Right. Thank you for adding that because I didn't think to say it, but yes. Let's see. Brian says I get spring water for coffee. We don't have springs here. We have marsh.
Michigan
We're in
Daffodil
Southwest
said,
Louisiana.
I have an Alexa Pure water bottle with a filter, and the water tastes awful. Must be your system has better filters. This
Weird.
stuff, the water out of here doesn't have a taste at all. It takes everything out of it.
Right. It
Like-
doesn't taste.
Like it takes chlorine and
Hey, Christy Betts
all
and
kinds
Rebecca.
of stuff, but there's really no taste to it. It tastes clean.
So the title of the live stream tonight is "You Are a Threat to Them. Keep doing what you do." And the dude in the thumbnail. I don't know if you saw it before you clicked it. Do you know who that dude is?
Nope.
You don't know either?
No.
Okay. That guy is Klaus Schwab.
Mainly because I didn't even.
He is a globalist. It's the World Economic Forum, and they believe that is it by 2030 you will own nothing and you will be happy. And you can't tell me you can't. There is no way to argue at this point that the globalist agenda is in full effect. There is a strong attempt to destroy every economy in the world, and it's working. I believe it would have already worked if there were not people behind the scenes pushing back. That's my belief. The restaurants are going into Aldi to buy up a lot of their stuff. Yeah, it's the businesses that rely on products. They're gonna try to get whatever they can from wherever they can. And
That's weird, Michigan.
there's only so much product to go around. I see. I'm not familiar with that, Farmer and Adele. I need to look into it. Okay. All right then.
Oh my goodness.
Hey, I found out recently because in the process of applying to the DoorDash to become a DoorDasher, there's a background check involved, and surprisingly enough, I am not on any lists. I passed the background check with flying colors. The video on your Facebook page. Remind me. God, I'm so bad at this. Remind me your Facebook page, or actually message me on Facebook so I can remember.
Yeah.
I know I have you. I'm just not putting two and two together right now. Hey, Klingon Princess, good to see you.
I'm kind of zoned out today. I got up at 6. Is it?
We got up at 6.
Yeah. And I went straight out and watered and fed, and I've been going nonstop today. I stayed home and
God. I'm a goober.
I cleaned house. Okay. On a good note though, Brett's nanny is moving in. The house is done. The AC is set up. There's a few little odds and ends that have to be fixed and whatever, but she has got the keys and we have been moving in, and today I just took a day to work on our stuff, and it definitely needed it.
Well, I this morning interviewed for that promotion that I've been talking about at the firehouse. So we'll see how that goes. Hey, Mark, welcome.
76 in Minnesota. 50,
in Minnesota.
56 overnight. I want to go up there.
That's comfortable though. That man, I would love to have those temperatures here. Do you trim tomatoes? Tomato plants? No. Thank you for the good luck on
trim them with building the potatoes.
Juneteenth, yes.
Oh, that's why it's a holiday.
What?
Monday.
Oh yeah.
Bo was here a while ago telling me he couldn't get his check in until Tuesday because Monday was a holiday.
Right.
And I was looking at the calendar. I'm like, no, Sunday is Father's Day, but Monday is nothing. Never even thought about it. It's not on my calendar.
It's Juneteenth. Yeah, that's a fairly new one for everyone to celebrate. I don't know why we weren't celebrating it to begin with. It's a big deal. If you don't know what Juneteenth is, I am not one to explain it, but from what I understand, it was it took time for the news of the slaves being freed to reach the last remaining slaves, and that's what they celebrate Juneteenth for, was when the last of the slaves knew that they were free. And if I didn't explain that right, I sincerely apologize. North Shore Preparedness, welcome. He says all the globalists can bite me. Yeah. As much as we bitch and complain about the state of the world, our friends in Canada seem to have it much worse than us in the States. And my friend North Shore Preparedness is from Canada. There's a few others from Canada here. Jenny Pennington. Let's see. Honey Badgers is in Canada. If I forgot to mention you and you're in Canada, please raise your hand, say hello. Bandana Grandma, hey, welcome. It has been so long. So yeah, of course, good old Joe, who said he was not going to come for your guns if he got elected, is coming for our guns. You know how it is. It's just, he's doing such a fantastic job. Everything's in shambles, but
Build Back Better became, rape your pocketbook for a gallon of gas.
Of all the words we say, that's probably one that you should avoid.
What?
The R word.
Oh.
Probably should stay away from that one.
Well, yeah.
Oh, Mama Bear. Simple Preparedness. Hey, Brett. I'm Brett.
Yeah, I saw that. Sean posted.
I did. Yeah, I saw that too. Just right before this stream, I saw it.
Yeah.
That's how they do, man. They do it over here too. Put it back the way.
Yeah.
Literally, all he had to do was nothing to be successful. He was handed an energy independent nation, a thriving economy. Well, I say a thriving economy. Um,
It was getting there.
it was recovering from COVID. If they would have just left that crap alone, left that out of it, then everything would have been even better
Build back broke. Yeah.
for sure.
The largest pork place is closing.
Is owned by China. I saw that on Facebook. Gil from Camp
Campaign.
Patton Family Compound. He had shared that. I think it's Hong Kong, right? Hong Kong is its own country. That's not part of China, I believe. Or no, I'm sorry. Gil did not post that to Facebook. He posted it to
Doesn't matter.
YouTube, I think. Regardless, whatever the case. He had to screw it up. Yes, because Orange Man bad. That was the whole everything hinged on what Trump did for 4 years. It was, and the day
I honestly believe that they had an
inauguration day.
agenda long before they were elected. It was ever run. You know.
Trump's presidency was a roadblock in the globalist agenda, plain and simple. It had to be undone on inauguration day, and that's what he did by signing 17 executive orders within a few hours of inauguration.
Oh no, Trump wasn't. Trump is not the idol that people think. Trump was not perfect,
Not by any means. Trump
but
was
he
no savior.
did put Americans first.
Say T word and it buffered for a moment. Well, you know, it is what
And
it
then
is. The platform
he
may
ran
not
the
like
country
it, but
like
this
a
is my
business.
channel.
And I think that's how it needs to be run, is like a business. Was he right in everything? Absolutely not. I mean, he ran his mouth too much, and he ticked a whole lot of people off. You know, but I mean, I can deal with stupid comments and tweets or whatever you call them, and you know all
I
that
just want to
stuff.
be able to afford a tank of gas.
Yeah, gas was $1.87 a gallon. I can handle that.
Oh, well, I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Hey, Hans, good to see you.
One that deserves another tick off the clock.
Oh,
Oh
yeah,
man.
that's true, huh?
Yeah. Right. There's a lot of people that idolize Trump and think that he was the Messiah, kind of.
Well,
No, that's not it.
there's
He was,
extremes on both sides, and it
yeah. There,
doesn't work.
I don't know. I really believe that he did some great things, some great business dealings for our country. He was bringing jobs back to America. You know, he was running it like a business.
If he had successfully closed the southern border, we would be in a lot better shape because that's still
Yeah.
horrible. A horribly managed area. Apartment prepper, good to see you.
Left, right, same road, and
I would love to
ends at the
see.
same place. Yeah.
I would love to see what someone like DeSantis could do as president. I think that would be interesting. He's rocking it in Florida.
Well, at this point, I don't know that we could get any worse than what we've got.
No, that's probably impossible to get any worse than what we've got. But I still hold to my belief that he is just a useful idiot. Which, if you look that up, that means just someone who's put in place to take the fall. Somebody else is doing the dealings and everything, and he's just sitting there looking like an idiot, and people blame him. He's taking the blame.
Mhm. I don't think he even knows. I don't think he knows who he is or what day it is. I really don't.
I really think he's that bad off, honestly. Being president, well, I don't know about it. I don't know if I agree with that moment. The way, who's really the boss of this country? Let me ask you that. Who's the boss of this country? And if you don't live in the U.S., I'm talking about the U.S. Who is the boss of the U.S.? How you doing? Good to see you. That's right. We the people. We the people. And see, so many times I hear that. I hear
Yeah, because see, people are saying Congress.
people in Congress. People in Congress are referred to as our leaders. They are not. They are public servants. And as long as we consider them our leaders, then that's a mindset
we're
that
giving
we need to
giving
get
them
rid
that
of
power.
that mindset.
We're giving them their power.
We're supposed to be. Yes, we are supposed to be, and we can be, and we should be. But for so long, people have just been brainwashed into thinking.
Read Sean's. We are in control though, because if
we're not in control because we choose not to be in control. We didn't intentionally choose it. It was kind of we were taught that. We were taught to sit down and shut up, basically.
Sean's messing me up. We can be in control.
We
though.
need
if
to
we
be.
stop buying
and
the
it
crap
starts at the
from
local
China,
level.
then they have to stop selling it.
It starts at the local. Go ahead.
We are in control by our dollar. What you spend is your vote.
That's right. We vote every day with our dollars.
If we keep buying junk, then they're going to keep making the junk.
I strongly believe that there is a power struggle in play right now. And many of the people are taking back the control. It starts at a local level. It really does.
I'm so proud of our parish
because there's ways that we can all get involved. There's city councils, there's school boards, there's fire boards, there's other councils and boards that you can be a part of, that you can either be voted in or appointed. And many times the person who sits in that position has that position because they're unchallenged. Maybe if you have some good ideas, you go over there and say, "Hey, I'd like to be considered for this position." Well, now if it's one that if it's a position that's elected, now they can hold an election and have someone else on the ballot, and not just the incumbent keeping on rolling over and keeping on doing the same thing.
And I'm proud of Jeff Davis Parish for that, because there's a lot of parents that got aggravated with the whole mask mandate thing and the COVID protocols and all that stuff. Not only have they voiced their opinion, but 3 parents are running for school board office for Jeff Davis Parish.
That's excellent.
They are taking it back. They are putting their own voices on a level that can be heard, because the school board just kind of rolled it off, blew them off, and didn't want to give them the time of day. And I'm really proud of them for standing up and taking that role. And it's going to take more of us to stand up and do that. Not everybody is meant for a public role.
If we take a negative attitude toward it all, we've lost already.
Mm-hmm. Wait, I missed something.
And I guess to some degree, us as homesteaders and preppers have been part of the reason why we've gotten to this point, because because of the mindset of, well, if they're going to do that, then I'm going to go do my own thing. Well, in the meantime, the people that are doing that are just continuing to do that, and it keeps getting worse, and then eventually it impacts us. Like they're constantly taking away our rights and then selling them back to us in the form of licenses. Um, I get the concept of fishing licenses and hunting licenses, but the prices of ours here in Louisiana just went way up, and it just seems a little coincidental as far as the timing. Your thingy has been shipped.
Could you have said that in a non-weird way?
Tax, tax, tax. Yes, everything is tax. Hey, Gossmania, and hi, Karina. That's something an epiphany that I had a few weeks ago. Of course, 2020, and I don't remember if there was any. Surely there was. 2020 and 2021 were filled with stimulus checks.
Okay. Nanya says, I own my land. I hunt and fish as I desire. We own our land too. But in Louisiana, in order to fish in the pond that's in my backyard, we have to have a Louisiana fishing license.
We have to. No, we have to. And we would never, never fish that pond without a license. What was I saying? I forgot.
I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
You were being weird. So I lost it.
Dawn, All Things Acres, good to see you. So stimulus checks, right? Printing money just willy-nilly. Well, what we're seeing now with the economy and inflation and all is a direct result from that. There's not a doubt in my mind. We're paying the price for all that free money.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
And there was a guy at the firehouse the other day. We were kind of talking, and he walked up, and he's of a different mindset, and he said, well, the inflation, that's because of the war in Ukraine. Okay, buddy. That's when, like, I couldn't help it. I laughed hysterically in this dude's face. Couldn't help it. Because that's one of those regurgitated media lines. Blame everything except Biden.
Use generators.
James Top. I haven't seen anything about that.
If you own the pond, that's wrong. If I own my land, I can't hunt on my own land in Louisiana. Not legally. Like if there's okay. The difference is if there's a rabbit eating my garden, I can legally shoot it because I'm protecting my land. But if I'm hungry and there's a rabbit in my yard, I can't just shoot it because I'm hungry. There has to be a reason. That's how stupid this is.
It really is. It really is. It's that stupid. Don't need a hunting license. Don't need a license to shoot a hog, but need a license to eat the hog.
Wow. I know
people who make some of these laws are just so out of touch with reality.
Well, they just changed all the hunting licensing and tags and all that stuff. And we have a friend of ours that they live right on a bayou, and he's having problems with alligators. Now he's having to research because they're not doing gator tags this year for whatever reason.
Have a good one, Brian.
Because they've changed it. So he's trying to figure out what license he needs to control the gator population in the bayou behind his house, so they'll stop eating his dogs.
Oh, make no mistake. Anything to do with the government is confusing on purpose. They want you afraid to do anything.
Mm-hmm.
El Skippy, welcome. Think about how much anxiety there is in doing income taxes. I mean, that's just a good example of my friend Tate. Hey, Melinda. See you there.
13 months. Awesome.
13 months. A friend of mine that I worked with recently was seeing about getting a captain's license so that he could start his own
charter, fishing charter.
Fishing charter. Mm-hmm. Yeah, like a guided tour kind of thing. He about worried himself to death, and as it turned out, it wasn't even that complicated. But because of all the government red tape, mm-hmm. it made things so complex in his mind. Because nobody they don't, like I said, they try to make it confusing. They don't want anybody to really know how to do it, and for that person to be available to coach people. Mm-hmm. They're there. You just don't see a lot of advertisement to be able to easily find that person.
Well, as far as the fishing license, Nanya says, I hate to see who comes to tell me welcome. I need a license at my own property. Most of wildlife and fisheries are not going to bother you unless there's a complaint of some kind. Or they happen to be here, like in a neighboring property or
Jake,
something.
I'm with you, but remember the Bundys. I don't want anything to happen to you. That's all I'm saying. I care for you. I know nothing.
You can shoot a critter here if you're protecting your garden.
Right.
But you have to prove it. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's the same thing here. Well, if somebody were to complain, then I would have to prove it. But like if a neighbor's dog gets on my property and they're going after my chickens, I have the right to shoot it and kill it. I do not have the right to shoot it and injure it. But if they file a complaint against me, then I have to prove that the dog was killing my chickens.
Well, nowadays, it's so easy to just, pop the camera out of your pocket and take video or pictures. It wasn't always like that.
Right. The bunny attacked me.
He's coming right for us.
Well, like here, there's been a rabbit in my garden. Apparently, rabbits like calendula because they're eating all of mine. But it really hasn't been hurting anything. I'm trying to wait and fatten him up basically because after the first frost, he may become stew.
Hey,
is it hunting when you use a shovel?
Did you guys hear that the famous doc tested positive today? You know the doctor, the one whose name sounds like a wet fart.
Oh, that's so gross. That's a stew rabbit. Exactly. And I'm just kind of helping him along. And
Jimmy Carter had a attack him? I didn't know that.
As soon as the first frost comes around,
But yeah. It didn't say the line though at least not in the article that I saw. You know the line. So glad I got my shot in my boosters.
Wait. Practice my snare setting. See, that's one thing I wanna work with. Is learning how to set some snares. We've got all those woods right there, and there's freaking rabbits bigger than my dog. One ran across the yard earlier when I let the dog out.
First of all, we have a Chihuahua, so
okay, but she's a bigger Chihuahua. Okay, all right, but even still, I went outside earlier to let the dog out, and something ran across the yard, and I like grabbed the dog up and had to look. I thought it was the neighbor's dog again. No, it's a freaking rabbit.
Did you tell her to come get it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Does she know we're live?
I told her that too.
Okay.
I told her she could have it, and but we're live. Mediums, dog-sized jackrabbits here. I don't know if they're jackrabbits or swamp rabbits or.
Well,
I don't know what
what we have here is cottontails and marsh hares, and I'm not sure which those are.
I'm gonna go take a break.
Okay.
And bring her laptop.
You got to bring it to her, or she's outside.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
She said, "Do I need to come in, or can you need a break?"
All right. That's my nanny.
She's kind of great. She's probably listened to us talk about her too.
Teenage Mutant Rabbits.
I'm gonna have to take some pictures of those rabbits in comparison to like cats or something.
I don't know what this thing is on my elbow, but it's a dry spot and it's lumpy, almost like a wart, and it peeled. So now it's like catching on everything, and it really hurts. So try not to take too long because I'm gonna need to go like clip this or something.
Oh.
Or maybe I could go right now and then people can bid on our stuff like they do with Sean's. We do have bobcats, yes. In fact, Amy shot one in the ear. There was one Friday afternoon when I was on my way home from work. She called me. It was in January, so it was like at 5 p.m. It was already dark, or getting dark, and she's like, "There's a bobcat. I don't know what to do." Like, get the 22. I've never shot anything before. She was freaking out, and she got it. And the only reason why I knew she got it in the ear is because we hung it and skinned it, but then we ended up losing the pelt because it was in a freezer that I didn't bother to power after the hurricane. Forgot all about it. Oh, you have 2 bobcats in the freezer to skin. Nice. We have some. Let's see. We have some baby rabbits right now because we raise rabbits. So we have a few baby rabbits. That's the ones that we had. I don't like to breed the rabbits in the summertime because it's really hard on them. Rabbits get along much better with the cold than they do with the heat. But again, it got so hot so fast on us this year. It caught us. So we've got 2 does, female rabbits, each have 2 babies. That they each had a litter of 2. Now I don't know if they had more than that and they disposed of them because sometimes animals can eat their young. It happens. I don't think that happened because there was no signs of that, but I think their bodies just had smaller litters because it got hot. Whatever the case, they're about, I want to say they're about 4 weeks old, maybe a little older. So before too much longer, it'll be time to harvest those. We've got some chickens, some that we hatched, some that we bought. And it's going to be time before too much longer. We'll be able to tell which are hens, which are roosters. The roosters are going to be set aside to be harvested, except for one. We need to replace our big rooster because he's getting up in age. Yeah, this is whatever. I'm trying not to give it more attention. Wait, a 40-pound, oh, coon last year was eating your chickens? 40 pounds, good Lord. Uh, I don't know. Technically, you could probably eat the bobcat. I wouldn't recommend it. There's a rule, like in unless you're unless you're desperate, don't eat anything. Don't eat any animal that eats meat. That's like kind of a basic rule. A Maine Coon. That's a large cat, isn't it? Cougar is good. Hey, Gmo. Maybe I'm wrong about that. Not eating, not eating the big cats. Why? Wait, what in the freezer? I you talking? No, surely you're not talking to me about a cat in the freezer. We did have, like I said, we had the pelt in the freezer, and that was just to kind of keep it. My hope was to one day learn to tan it and try to salvage it, keep it. That's true. People do eat bears. Am I totally like wrong? I might be. It's happened before. Favorite is cougar pan fried with taters and gravy. Good stuff. I would try that. I would totally try that. It has come to my attention recently that not everyone eats gravy the same way, like, or makes their gravy the same way we do here in Louisiana. We eat a lot of rice and gravy. We eat gravy over rice, or things like jambalaya that has, uh, it's like a rice and gravy and meat that's just all like a one pot meal, sort of. But what we normally do is we fry down our meat and make the gravy with that. Sometimes we add some roux. And when we talk about roux, we're talking about like a dark brown uh, gravy base. So recently I found out that some people, or many people, make their gravy with kind of like just the meat drippings and some flour. I think. I don't. I forget. Oh, that was Rachel and Damon, our friends from the Fort Worth area, was telling us that smoked bear. I bet. I had some really good beef jerky the other day. It was homemade. I'm a big beef jerky fan. If I can get it either for free or for trade, I'm all in because beef jerky in the stores is expensive and it's not always made the way I like it. Grease, flour, milk. That's not how we make gravy in Louisiana. I'm not trying to argue who's right or wrong. I'm just saying ours is delicious. What is gravy in the north? In Italy, it's tomato-based meat sauce. Oh, all right. Sausage gravy and biscuits. I do love biscuits and gravy. Reduced beef or chicken stock, wine, butter, flour. Okay, I can get on board with that. Did you guys have you seen Southern Boy Prepper's video from when we went to the Tabasco pepper factory? Time. It's a longer video, but it's well worth it. He videoed many, if not all, parts of that tour. It's like going on the tour yourself. He did such a good job. Can't do hot. Not a well. Yes. Okay. Yes. Cajun stuff is hot, spicy, but there's more. I like it more for the flavor than the spice, if that makes sense. I know a lot of people are accustomed to the spice of it, the heat, and then there's people like our friend Kate who is allergic to the capsaicin, which is the chemical that makes peppers hot. So it would literally kill her. So she can't have those things. Yeah, Mama Bear, I'm getting there too. As I get older, sure, for sure. Yeah, it makes me sorry the next day. Send Amy some pictures to identify what kind of rabbits they are. Oh, thank you, Henry. Carolina Reaper candy. See, I try to stay away from those that sound like they're going to kill me. But we tried. There was Tabasco flavored ice cream. There was chili made with Tabasco, which I love that. I make that at home. And they had the tasting bar with all of the different sauces and things that they make there at Avery Island. And it was really a lot of fun. Really a lot of fun. And of course, we enjoyed the jungle gardens that's there on the property as well. That was a whole lot of fun. Cornmeal gravy? That's a new one on me too. Hey, you guys, here's a proposition for you. Cheyenne, my oldest daughter, and I were having a talk on the phone the other day, and it was one of those kind of uh, like a father daughter furthering life kind of talk. I'm probably not explaining that very well, but anyway, during the conversation, I mentioned how we are not in competition with anyone else. We're in competition with ourselves. We want to do better every day, and we just want to be better than we were yesterday, not better than the next guy down the road. So we kind of simplified that into every day do better. Every day do better. And I was like, hey, that we should put that on a t-shirt. So if anybody wants to put that on a t-shirt for me and send me a t-shirt, that would be awesome. Just saying. What's KP? What did I miss? I missed something. Well, Dawn, I'm not a big fan of vinegar either, but I do enjoy a splash of Tabasco sauce. I'm a 2X. Um, Actually, I'm not as much of a 2X as I was about a month ago. I I don't know. I don't know what I did. Working outside when the weather was really nice, for the few weeks that we had spring and eating from the garden, I ended up dropping about 10 pounds just without even trying. So hopefully that's a trend. So guys, what are you doing on your homestead or in your preps to help further yourself along this week or lately? Just I'll say lately. Our oldest daughter Cheyenne and her boyfriend Bo came over. Well, Cheyenne spent the day with us Sunday, and she's been getting very interested in the prepping now that she's getting to a point in her life that that she's able to focus on that. She's not so much trying to crawl out of nothing, if that makes sense. She's getting a little more stable, her and Bo together, and she's interested in putting away stuff. And if you'll excuse me for just a moment, if you can handle not having anybody on camera without trying to buy up all my stuff like y'all do for North Store, I'm going to grab something real quick. So Cheyenne, like I said, she's gotten real interested in prepping, stocking away stuff, and she's understanding, which we've instilled that in her life as she was growing up. And anyway, this is one of the things that she bought. I don't know if you can see that. It's BioClean. This is a laundry powder, and she bought 4 of these. These boxes are 10 pounds each, 150 HE loads. Oh, that's HE. For standard washers, you use a full scoop, so it's going to be less batches or less loads in a standard washer. But anyway, she bought 4 of these on Amazon for $82, I think it was, and we got one of them from her, paid her for it. So that's one of the, and this is a much more organic.
Nancy said take care of that wart on your elbow.
Oh, she is watching.
She was.
Knew it.
Listening.
Hi, Samantha. Shopping for fish traps and snake-proof boots. Oh, you must be from either Louisiana or Florida.
Do I see a hurricane lamp? No.
No, but we do have some.
We have several of them. 25 cents for the laundry soap. Is BioClean better than Tide? I don't know. This is one of the things that I'm gonna.
We haven't tried it yet.
We're just trying it. Cheyenne bought some, and it was cheaper to buy 4 boxes than it was to buy 1.
She bought several things. She got some.
Did you see her wooden dish brushes?
Yes.
I love them.
Yeah. Cheyenne is she's so hippie. So hippie. She doesn't want, or she wants to minimize, Lordy, she wants to minimize the plastic in her home. Yeah. And I'm all for it.
Are we bidding on stuff? What's it?
Oh yeah, because I stepped away and I made the joke about not bidding on our stuff like they do for Sean.
Mama Bear's trying to buy you.
Oh Lordy.
His life insurance is worth way more than that. So
I'm worth more dead than I am alive. So somebody
$9.99 for Brett, $2 billion for Amy.
This
love it.
One of our hurricane lamps, and we learned though, if you try to light these for light after the hurricane, when there's no power and the air conditioner doesn't work.
It's
The closer you stand to these, the more you melt.
Yeah, they're pretty warm. They
It's
will
bad.
heat up the room pretty good.
But we've got extra wicks and extra oils to put in these too, stashed away.
$2.99 for that. Yeah, we have quite a few of those.
That's some of those things that you can pick. Usually, I guess you could still pick those up at Walmart. We did years ago, at least.
I don't know.
That is not a Walmart ad. I'd prefer not to do Walmart, but if that's what you can afford, by all means,
Some of
no
the
judgment.
hardware stores around here have them.
Yeah.
I know.
We had, and as a matter of fact, we had one or two of those with a broken globe. The top part of it had broken, and we were able to find replacements at some locally owned little hardware stores.
Use borax and Phil's naphtha laundry bar, good and cheap. I have tried the
We have some
homemade
of that
laundry soap. I have all the ingredients to make it.
I stink too bad.
The only issue with that homemade laundry soap is, like, in the summertime we sweat. Well, okay, he sweats so much that it just doesn't. I found that it doesn't clean the clothes really well.
Oh, out on the porch, yeah, I can see that for sure. Christian, hello, good to see you. Okay, I am gonna go see about this real quick because it is still bothering me.
Your nanny said that could be skin cancer.
Well, I have another elbow, I guess.
Yard guy, weed. Oh my God.
What?
Nunya said, I can't believe the yard guy weeded my propane line, leaked 100 gallons.
Oh, you be getting a bill.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'd be giving him a bill for the propane, because that's not a cheap. That's not a cheap boo-boo, you know. Give me 99 cents for Brent, but he's got to drive here, get for the gas. Now he gets dry skin on his elbows and all kinds of weirdness. $4.59 a gallon for propane. Holy crap! When we filled ours last year, it was $2.29 a gallon, I believe. That was the initial fill price. I don't know what it is because we're still at 70% on the tank, and we've had it for over a year and a half. Oh, I understand that he lost the yard job, but he'd also be paying to replace the line and the propane that it had in there. Lemon and sugar to exfoliate. I have a blister in my hand. It's really sore. And then I fell yesterday in the yard. It wasn't a bad fall or anything. I felt stupid, actually, because I tripped over the bench that I put there. Luckily, I didn't knock over the plants then. I wanted a big propane tank by now, but it didn't happen. That was a pretty expensive endeavor that we did. We did that shortly after Hurricane Laura and Delta. So that was 2020. And
I made it bleed.
I want to say it was what, $1,500 for the propane?
What?
The install. Propane tank, I think it was $1,600. That was for them to install the tank, run the line to the house. Then we had to have a plumber to run the gas line from the appliances to the end of the house. But that also included filling the tank. And we've got a 250-gallon tank. Can't find anybody to cut my grass. That's because the price of gas is so high. We have gotten to the point where we're only cutting like when it's absolutely necessary. $150 to repair the line. Yikes. I believe it though. I believe it. I have no idea how it happened, but left leg from knee up is very bruised. It looks like I got assaulted. I fell in the yard yesterday, but it was funny because nobody noticed. We even have company here, and Brett and our company were out in the garden, and they were picking some peppers and stuff, and pulling weeds, and kind of piddling around and talking. And I roll around the yard behind them and get back up, and I'm like, dust myself off and go. Oh, wow. Yeah. How were you able to stop the leak on that, Nanya? A ninja, a ninja fail. Yeah, Mary Beth, where are you? I don't think you're close to here. Pull the roots out before the rhizomes. Oh, turned off the tank. That's smart. I don't think I would have thought of that. I need to have Brett show me how to do that because that's one thing I'm not sure I know how to do. Wow. No, I know like our tank, they won't top it. They won't bring like 20 gallons. I think we have to have a minimum of 100 gallons at a time for them to deliver it. But I'm not ready to put any of that money in there yet. Now we are going to use the gas heater this winter and kind of give the electric part of it a break, at least at night, I think, because we don't use the heaters a whole lot here anyway. Oh, gotcha. Um, but we can use, when we get the solar power, then we'll be able to use it off of solar, like the electric furnace on solar power during the day, and then at night we're gonna probably use the propane heater just to kind of break the chill in here because it doesn't. I mean, it doesn't really get super cold in here anyway. I mean, we're not like in Canada or anything where it's like 30 below or anything. I mean, if we get down to 30, I'm cold. But I mean, I can always warm up by putting extra socks on. I can, cover up with a blanket or whatever because I stay cold and everybody else is comfortable. So, I mean, I just do what I got to do to keep myself warm. Good night, Michigan Daffodil. Thank you for coming. I'm sure I'll be talking to you over the week. Bathroom heaters and stove in the winter. Yeah. Well, I mean, we're not super. We don't get super cold here. We might dip under freezing for 4 or 5 hours usually. Um, all right, Brett. It is definitely easier to warm up in the cold. I can do jumping jacks or something. I can walk around the house and get blood moving to warm up. In this heat, it is just miserable. Um, what else we doing?
See you later, Jake. Hello, Grace Akers. Good to see you. What else we got going on? Need to be preserving as soon as we have the time for it, because we've got a counter full of veggies.
Yeah. Well, we've been passing food away. Wait, we've been sharing food with friends and neighbors and stuff like that. My mom texted me that she's got a bucket of tomatoes for me again for tomorrow.
I'm so jealous of you guys with your weather right now.
Which I will not be able to go get unless I ride with Abby, because you're gonna have my car, right?
Tomorrow?
Yeah.
I might just go ahead and take my truck tomorrow.
That would be okay. Then I can run to Mom's.
Yeah.
And go get that stuff done. And Abby's off tomorrow, so she can do it or go swim or whatever.
And the reason why we're discussing that, if you weren't here to hear that last week, because of the gas price, I drive an 8-cylinder full-size pickup truck, and she drives a new Chevy Equinox, which is a small. It's basically a car, but it's like a small SUV, and so it gets much better gas mileage. So when it's unnecessary for me to take my truck, then I'll just take the car. And then two, I can leave from work, which is already in the city, and just go straight to door dashing and make some extra money.
All right. So, critters to bed. Typing stinks.
Have a lovely night, Kiri. Hope you stay well. Cool. Katie, our middle daughter, just sent me their forecast from mid-Tennessee. They live in a suburb of Nashville, and some of these 10-day forecasts are in the triple digits in Tennessee. Yeah. Outrageous.
Yeah, it's like all the way up the center of the country. I have a Hemi Dodge. If you look closely when I drive by, the exhaust looks like dollar signs. Wow. Abby's on her way home.
Oh, cool.
So.
We had to rescue Abby. Did you guys hear about that? I don't know. That was since our last live stream.
No, you had to rescue Abby. I was at home and Abby went to work. What day was that?
Oh, Lordy, that was Saturday. Yes, it was Saturday. Abby was headed to work, and she had to pull over on the side of the interstate.
Well, she calls me and says, "Mom, there's a light on my car, and it dinged at me, so I pulled off the interstate." And all she says is interstate. So I'm thinking somewhere between here and Lake Charles. So I'm like, what did the warning light look like? So she sends me a picture of it. Her car overheated.
It was overheating.
Yeah, it was overheating.
It didn't overheat to the point that the engine killed.
So she had pulled over and her car was still running. I said, Abby, turn your car off. Where are you? And she says, I don't know. There's not any signs. I'm like, oh God. Well, that's where the Life 360 app came in. Really super handy. I was able to look at it really quickly. And she was in the process of Googling it when she sent it to me. But we figured out what the light meant, and
so she was on the phone with her mom here.
Yeah. Well, I'm sitting here And Brett had my car at work.
And Amy doesn't drive my truck. She's not confident in such a
Well,
large
your
vehicle.
truck didn't have gas in it either.
Well, right.
I looked at Life 360 to find out exactly where she was, and she wasn't very far from Brett at all. So I was pretty sure that she was in his run area for the fire department.
We were able to go rescue her on the fire.
Yeah. I was able to call him, and he was able to go get her. And this 47-foot long fire truck pulls up behind her. She's in this little bitty Chevy Spark. So it's like the size of like the tire space on the fire truck.
No, it wasn't smoking. It wasn't trying to catch fire.
And
nothing like that.
She's like, Mom, he's got the lights on. This is so not inconspicuous. Like, honey, he's in an emergency vehicle and he had to pull off the side of the road. So, Dad and the firefighters to the rescue, but they were able to help her add fluid to her car, get her back to the fire station. She was able to follow them in her vehicle. And then one of the firemen works on vehicles.
We were able to have a good look under the hood and see. And between Tate is my coworker. Between Tate and I, we were able to find the issue. There was a pinhole in a return line for the radiator fluid. So
nothing like dad embarrassing the daughter.
So Abby got to ride on the fire truck while we went to the parts house to get some quick steel, which is if you don't know what quick steel is, it's this little tube of stuff. It's 2 parts. You mix them together and it hardens. We were able to repair the line with that. Tate did it. Tate helped us out a ton that day.
There's an app. What 3 words that identify specifically? I think every 3 square meters. What is the one you mentioned? It's the app that we use is called Life 360.
Grace Akers put it up there in the chat.
Yeah.
It says heart, which means love Life 360. It's a great app. I love it.
I like it. A lot of people use Find My iPhone or things like this. One works whether it's iPhone or Android, and that's why we use that one, because I also have my parents and stuff on that, and they have Android phones or whatever, non-iPhones, so they're able to use it.
The symbol for the app looks like kind of like the @ symbol, but strange on a purple background.
It's kind of like it reminds me of a fingerprint.
Yeah. But you share your location with only the people that you want to, that you invite to your circle. Anyway, so we got Abby back on the road, we repaired that line, and in doing so, we cracked the reservoir for the coolant.
Yeah.
So I had to spend $100 and replace that the next day. And then
but we were able to get her home safe.
Yeah.
So that's what mattered.
So then that afternoon, Abby was in Jennings visiting her boyfriend when her air conditioner stopped blowing cold and the check engine light came on. So we were all concerned about that. The next day, Amy brought her to work so she wouldn't be because the next day was Sunday. Wait, the next day was Monday, but I had to work, so we weren't able to address the issue.
Well, I didn't have time to bring her to her car to the shop and then turn around and bring her the other direction to work.
So the Tuesday morning when I got off work, we brought her car to our mechanic friend, Bubba. You may have heard us talk about Bubba before. And Bubba's son, what's his name? I keep wanting to say Lucas. That's not right.
Is it Jacob?
No, it's not Jacob either. Caleb.
There you go.
Caleb helped us out. He put the car on the diagnostic machine, and it told him that there was just a code that needed to be cleared. So he did that, and everything works fine now.
Apparently,
we were sweating.
It's apparently an emergency shutoff when the car overheats. It's a safety feature. When the car overheats or starts to heat up, it automatically shuts off to protect the rest of the engine from damage. So now that we know what it is, if that ever happens again, we just go up there and have them clear it.
we were all so worried that we were going to be spending about $500 to fix Abby's air conditioning in her car.
Yeah.
By replacing the compressor and all. And thankfully, God is good, and we didn't have to do any of that. So,
oh man.
If you don't know, Crazy Cajun there in the chat is our middle daughter, Katie, who's sweating up in Tennessee.
Yeah, I think the heat index for here tomorrow is 106.
Ugh.
Yeah. But Nanny just told me that she's got a doctor's appointment in the morning, so I don't have to go over there super early. Her electrician did not show up again today.
Book club.
But she did find out the issue with the doors is a leveling issue, because she said all of a sudden the front door closed today, as it wouldn't yesterday. It wouldn't close, it's like snap close at all. Mm-hmm. She walked down the hall towards the bathroom, and when she hits a certain spot, the door pops open. So she did it and filmed it. She said, I did it about a half a dozen times to make sure it wasn't just a coincidence.
They didn't support it in the proper points.
It's got to be. The level of the trailer has to be off some kind of way. So, yeah.
83 degrees in California.
Ooh. Ugh. Actually, 83 sounds pretty good compared to what it has been here.
What's 84 right now is what it shows outside right now. So
yeah. It's nice in here, though.
But I'm confident that my nanny's going to get all the kinks ironed out, and she's going to be.
Well, she's having some electrical issues.
Settled in and super happy.
Something's not right in the wired right in the trailer. She got her refrigerator delivered, her washer and dryer delivered. They couldn't plug in the fridge because that outlet's not working.
Oh.
And the dryer's not working. So yeah, it's a big pain in the butt, but we're gonna get it done. We have a gap on the top of the door. We have to put a chain on the inside so it doesn't. Oh Lord.
Oh man.
Yeah, we're gonna have
a great
to.
Night,
we're gonna have to get going.
Yeah, we're gonna need to.
We're over an hour.
Well, we're right at an hour and a half. So, we're gonna go ahead and say goodnight. If you have any last minute prayer requests, please feel free to do so in the chat, or send us a private message if you're not comfortable putting it in the chat. Mm-hmm. If you do put it in the chat, no worries. We do leave the chat open for a little while to make sure that we see all of the chat before we close it. So with that, next week we will be live on Thursday night.
Oh, Sean's complaining it's going to be 88 tomorrow. That's really warm for Canada.
I'm not going there. I'm not making fun of anybody over weather. Not happening.
Keep Michigan Daffodil's family in your prayers.
Yes, sir, Sean. You're always on our list.
Had surgery this morning, which all went well, but she has to go pick him up from the hospital tomorrow because he had to stay overnight.
Oh, we didn't even make our 50 thumbs up goal for tonight.
Uh-oh.
That's all right. We'll get it.
Triple digits.
Those that watch later.
Yeah, triple digits.
I'm sure will help us out.
Yeah, I'm pretty much done with summer. Always
middle of June, and we're done with summer.
Well, normally though, our middle of June is not this hot.
No, it's not.
This is like July and August temperatures already. I'm so afraid of what we're gonna see through the summer.
All right, guys.
Yeah.
Stay well, stay safe. As North Shore Preparedness says, stay well and safe. We will see you next Thursday night. So until then, good night and God bless.
Stay safe, guys. See you next week.